In this tutorial, I'm going to real briefly just show you how to place images and text boxes into InDesign. So the first thing I'm going to do when I want to place a picture is I'm going to grab the rectangle frame tool, and I'm just going to draw a box. Each of our pages is going to have 8 columns, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 columns on each page. Each side of my picture box needs to end on one of these columns. So my pictures can be 2 columns, 3 columns, 4 columns wide, whatever I decide, but it has to end on a column. For instance, here I'm going to place my dominant photo. So I'm just going to draw a rectangle. Okay, starting and ending within a even number of columns, a whole number of columns. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 columns wide. Next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go up to File. I'm going to go to Place. From here, I can choose a photograph. So I'll just cycle through and find one. That one looks good. That one. Okay, over here I have 2 different arrow types. I want to recrop and resize this image to fit in my box more appropriately for what I'm trying to show here. So I have a black arrow. This is going to allow me to select the frame or the container of my photograph. You notice I can move this around. Can also change the size, and it's not going to stretch or resize the image itself. It's just going to resize the frame that's holding it. The next thing that I can see, and that's with my black arrow, so I'm selecting the frame or the container of my content. Next thing I can go do is I can grab my white arrow tool, the direct selection tool. When I click on this, you'll notice that it's going to select the content within the frame. It's actually selecting the photograph, and you can see the full size of the photograph goes all the way out to here. Okay. So if I hold Shift, and make sure you're holding Shift anytime you resize a photo, if I hold Shift and drag this in, it will actually resize the photo. Okay. Also, if I roll over my photo with the white arrow selected, I'll get a little hand tool and I can actually move the placement of this photograph. Okay? In this case, I may want to resize that image just a little bit. Selecting the frame, not the picture itself. Resize the frame there. Okay. Or I may want to make the image larger. Select the frame. And I can resize that image. White arrow, move the photo around to recrop. Frame. Okay, whatever you want to do. Okay, and that is how to place a photograph. Next thing I can do with my text tool. Okay, if you don't already have text box drawn for you on your page, same kind of idea. I can drag a column of text. After I create my text box, I'm just going to go ahead and place in some text. And place it a couple times just so that I have more text than will fit inside this box. If I go ahead and I draw another text box, do a second one right next to it. Okay. Down at the bottom, you'll notice that this little red box here with a plus means that there's more text in this text box than I can actually see. If I click on this red box, you'll notice I get a little placement cursor. It shows me more of my text. If I actually roll over this new empty text box, I can see a little chain link there, and that means that I'm going to link this text to this text box. I click in there. the text is going to run down here in this column. When it gets to the end of this column, it's going to continue to flow into the next one that I have linked here. And again, I can see that there's still more text here, so I can click here, and I can even drag out a new box right from there as well, and so on. If I can see I have my full 3 columns here, but I still do not have, or I still have more text than I can fit, that I can see in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up to Edit, and I'm going to go to Edit in Story Editor. If I go here into Story Editor, I can see that this text up here is all the text that I'm seeing, and right here where this line cuts off, all this overset text is text that I cannot see. So you can see I have a ton of text that I cannot see, so I may need to edit my story down here, and then when I exit out of this window, it will be updated for me here. So if you want to see how much you actually have left, you can go here to Edit in Story Editor, and there you go. I can see that all I'm going to see, the last word that I can see here is this word right here, and I can see that that is true right there. So those are just some of the basics for placing images and text.